Good day, brothers and sisters in Christ. Today, we live in a world where people are often afraid. We hear news about sickness, disasters, and diseases. One illness that has caused concern in different places is called Hantavirus, a disease spread mainly through contact with infected rodents. When people hear about diseases like this, fear can quickly enter the heart. But as believers, we are reminded that even in uncertain times, God remains faithful. The Bible is filled with stories of people who faced fear, sickness, and danger, yet God never abandoned them. Let us begin with a familiar story from the Gospel of Mark. In chapter 4, Jesus and his disciples were crossing the sea when a violent storm arose. The waves crashed into the boat, and the disciples became terrified. Meanwhile, Jesus was asleep. The disciples cried out, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus stood up and said to the storm, "Peace, be still." And immediately, the wind stopped and there was calm. Brothers and sisters, storms still happen today. Some storms are physical. Some are emotional. Some come in the form of sickness and disease. Hantavirus may be one of those storms for some communities. Fear spreads quickly when people hear about illness. But the lesson from this Bible story is powerful. Jesus is still in the boat. Even when life feels out of control, God has not lost control. Psalm 91 says, "He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust." Notice the Bible does not say believers will never face danger. It says God will be our refuge in the middle of danger. In the Old Testament, we also remember the story of the Israelites during the plagues in Egypt. There was suffering throughout the land. Yet God protected his people and guided them through the crisis. God was not absent during the plague. He was present. And today, during times when diseases affect communities, God still calls his people to respond with wisdom, compassion, and faith. Faith does not mean ignoring reality. Noah had faith, but he still built the ark. Joseph trusted God, but he still stored food during famine. In the same way, when people hear about illnesses like hantavirus, we should pray, but we should also act wisely, keeping clean environments, protecting our homes, caring for our health, and helping one another. And perhaps the greatest disease in the world is not only sickness in the body, but fear in the soul. Fear can steal peace. But Christ says in John 14 verse 27, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." So today, whether the storm is sickness, uncertainty, or fear of the future, remember this: God is still our healer. God is still our protector. God is still our peace. Let us not live in panic, but in prayer. Let us not spread fear, but faith. And let us continue to trust the one who can calm every storm. May the Lord strengthen our hearts, protect our families, and guide us with wisdom and faith every day.